What's going on? It's World War III. No, it's not. It's a temper tantrum and another false flag event to trigger World War III. But it ain't going to happen. Agenda 2030 is all a scam to drain Russia's bank accounts by removing oil altogether because oil is Russia's main income source. It's not working. Remember when I told you that controlling 195 countries is absolutely difficult? BRICS has really put a monkey wrench in the New World Order's plans. The missiles from Hamas, which is the CIA, are purposely used to start a war with Iran. It's what Israel wants. Hamas formed in late 1987 at the beginning of the first Palestinian Intifada, or uprising. Its roots are in the Palestinian branch of Egypt's Muslim Brotherhood, which has been active in the Gaza Strip since the 50s. And it is supported by a robust socio-political structure inside the Palestinian territories. Ooh, no, it's Israel and the CIA. They took power over the Gaza Strip in 2007. They need an enemy. The Gaza Strip, or simply Gaza, is a Palestinian enclave on the eastern coast of the Mediterranean Sea. It's a perfect place. The smaller of the two Palestinian territories. It borders Egypt and Israel. Egypt. Israel has conducted cyber warfare against Iran and has publicly advocated for international military action against them because, they're the boogeyman. But you got to understand, Israel has accused Iran of attempting to form a continuous land transport route from Iran via Iraq and Syria into Lebanon, which Israel views as a significant strategic threat to oil production. Duh. Iran accounts for 24% of all oil in the Middle East. It's competition, folks. Now, there are many claims that the CIA has repeatedly intervened in the internal affairs of Iran from the Mossadegh coup of 1953 to the present time. The CIA is said to have collaborated with the last Shah, Mohammad Reza Pahlavi. Iran used to be free and very progressive country in the 60s. But it got Americanized and modern before the CIA took it over and made them the boogeyman. Went right back to terrorists. Arr. The southern part of Iran has no control over their own affairs, okay? And has been under the bloodline's power since the 60s. The southern part of Iran. They're split up. Israel declared war on Hamas, not Iran. They need evidence now to pin it on Iran and Russia. Northern Iran has been a generous supporter of Hamas for a number of years in terms of financial assistance and military hardware. But Northern Iran doesn't attack Israel. This particular is the case with missiles. Now, here's the clincher. How long does it take a country to build a nuclear warhead? Come on. In 2003, 2 American civilians built a nuclear bomb. It didn't take them long either. Just a year or two. Yet Iran seems to be so dumb that they have been building one since 1984. This excuse is getting old, don't you guys think? Do you not see what's going on? Iran is split between Russia and America. Iran's long border with America's Cold War rival, the Soviet Union, and its position as the largest, most powerful country in the oil-rich Persian Gulf made Iran a pillar of U.S. foreign policy in the Middle East. The world thinks Iran is under the control of Russia. Well, it's not. Only the northern part. It's split up. Northern Iran and Russia are strategic allies and formed an axis in the Caucasus alongside Armenia. Iran and Russia are also military allies in the conflicts in Syria and Iraq and partners in Afghanistan and post-Soviet Central Asia. The Russian Federation is also the chief supplier of arms and weaponry to northern Iran. Basically, Russia took control of northern Iran and the CIA controls the south. The whole idea is to pick a fight with northern Iran to push Russia into World War III. Russia's stronghold Iran has actually kept us out of World War III for freaking decades. Israel right now is trying to figure out a way to publicly prove through manipulation that Iran's missiles that hit Israel were provided by Russia. Do you see? Locals of Israel says Israel and the U.S. have sold the country out because Saudi Arabia decided to work with the yuan, bypassing the U.S. dollar dominance. Nonsense! Just a desperate attempt to spark war, to keep the elite in power, and to stop the Great Awakening. Like you guys and all the stuff you're listening to and what you're learning from people like me. Depopulation, wealth transfer, and the silence of dissent will keep the world occupied to not rebel against the bloodlines. Russia's grip on Iran and their ability to prove the missiles aren't Russian is the key here. Do you understand what I'm saying? Hillary purposely sold uranium to Russia to pin warheads on them. They've got the technology to figure out whose missiles they are. Russia simply buried the uranium and has proof. They never took the bait or used it. They knew what Clinton was trying to do. Now, it's up to the CIA, who controls Israel and America's media. They will have to report that the missiles that killed innocent Israelis were funded by Russia. And as I wrote this not even a half an hour ago, a Milwaukee newspaper just came out with the headline, "An invisible hand, Kremlin accused of supporting Hamas attack on Israel to divert aid for Ukraine," unquote. Don't fall for it, guys. Russia is defending itself against the bloodlines. That's it. And the above excuse doesn't cut the mustard. Nothing will happen, and the CIA has to go back to the drawing board. Oh, I can't have my World War III. CIA. The fact that nuclear bomb has not gone off in American city or tying Russia uranium here is a mystery to me. Or even an EMP attack on America for that matter. It just hasn't happened. I don't know why. As 9/11 worked very well for the Bushes, a cataclysmic event that affects hundreds of thousands of people just doesn't seem to be in the playbook. Why? Perhaps COVID was the hand that was overplayed, which could have woke up enough citizens to pause and reflect. Israel was supposed to declare war on Iran. Instead, they declared war on Hamas. A couple hundred people chucking missiles over a wall, which technically is their own terrorist organization anyway. Russia still controls the north, Iran, and creating civil war in Iran was done a long time ago, so they can't do that. I just don't see World War III happening through that avenue. The next maybe would be war with China, but China is unpredictable and is playing both Russia and the bloodlines. They don't care. One way or the other, who wins the war, they just don't care. They have a contingency plan for taking out the bloodlines anyway. Oh, yes, they do. This is why Henry Breakspear is in China personally, to dismantle China's regime. China isn't stupid, guys. They know the bloodlines are there. They know what they want. They know their religion. They don't care. They know their goals and their weaknesses, more or less. Henry Breakspear is kissing their ass right now while also buying up Chinese companies to grow and crush the Chinese regime. They know it. While it's no doubt and obvious that the plan is to shift the global wealth from the West to the East, the elite still run into problems and resistance. And that's what you saw with Israel yesterday. Resistance. Problems. Thus, the distractions of things like UFOs and anything else to keep the public away from their plans is needed until they can usher us into their new dark ages. Hope this helps.